Hello, and welcome back to Minecraft. In the last episode, I dug out most of this little riverbed here. And since then, I have cleaned it up a little bit, especially here at the beginning. Cleaned it out a bit, since here I want like a little pond or such, or whatever you would call this. And I also cleaned up this going up here the mountain. I want a little, what would you call this? Like a creek, maybe? Going down the mountain is what I want here, with a little spring here, I suppose. Maybe a little deeper in the center. Something like this is what I would like to make here. And then I also cleaned up here a bit. So here used to be a well for the village that was here at one point. So we're probably gonna have like some kind of boulder-esque thing here, which is why I have a little thing here, because then the river has basically a reason to get redirected this way. And then down here we have another secret entrance to my base, which is always nice to have in my opinion. Just for the fun, Then I cleaned up this section, which then eventually leads out to the ocean, or, larger river here, I suppose. So we have a large river here, and then here it goes to the ocean eventually. Yes, I may have to render distance a bit low, because I was underground for a long time, so anyway. But now, today, I want to add perhaps the most important part of a river, which is the water. But I don't think this one water bucket is gonna get us very far. I don't think. So a more convenient way to fill this up with water, in my opinion, would be to get a lot of ice. And then, you do the water thing where you only have to do two sides, basically. So you have to do like the side facing, whatever this direction is, and the sides facing this direction. Cover them all in water, and then the water will just do the rest, essentially. Well, if you have a flat surface, that is. I mean, here, if I cover it up here where I want the water to be, it will flow down here. Then down here, we just have to cover this side, and this side, up here, with like kelp, for example. I think seagrass also works. And then we'll have water in here. Yes. And same will do for the river here. We'll also add in water here with the ice. But I don't think I have enough ice for this, is my next issue. Because how long we estimate this river? Like, how many blocks is this? This is like at least several hundred blocks long, isn't it? If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is already 10. Yeah, it's not several hundred, like 400 blocks maybe along the river. I don't know. I'm bad at block estimates. And I probably have like a stack of ice. Well, I do have... No, this is all packed ice, actually. I have 3 ice. 3. Okay, well... That's not enough, I suppose, I would say. I need several hundred. Then 3 is not enough, and... getting ice is easy. I think I have to go this way, right? My sky just flashed weirdly in the game. I think it did, which is kind of a bad sign for a lot of things. We'll hopefully fix that with something. I'll see. I'll look. Okay, so south, I think, is where all the ice is. Now, the only problem is it's a bit far. Is it far, actually? I don't think it was that far. Isn't it like right off this ocean here? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So it's not that far at all. Okay, now we just want a couple hundred ice. Should be easy. Oh, okay, that polar bear's a baby. That's a bit unfortunate for us. Okay, so we're just gonna find out some ice here, which thankfully is a very satisfying noise, I will say. And then we'll see how far it takes us in the river. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll mine a couple hundred ice, and we'll get started on filling it out. Filling the river out. That's the plan. Okay, so I should have a decent amount of ice right now. And we want to have it start on this level. Which means we will have to do this. Let's just see. Oh yeah, that one didn't, because you need something underneath. Okay. I mean, now we just have water flowing here. Which is not that useful to us, you see. But we'll fix it. Okay. So now we have water going down the hole. Now if we do this. Okay. This level done. Now we should just have to go one time around here. And we should have it also on the lower level. Beautiful. Now if we just repeat this, this should fill up quite nicely. Okay, and then the top level filled itself in, because we already had it filled in the first place with the ice. Okay. And like that, we have a nice little lake here. Now, the other reason why I wanted to do the water first, where I do the lake bed and the river bed and such, is so I can see what they look like with the water tint. You know? Because then it's easier to judge if it looks like, you know, shit, or if it looks good. Nice. So this is the first, like, little area we need to fill. I think we will next want to work our way down from the mountain. Which means we first have to start with this spring here. Yeah, I don't know how tall, where we want the water level. So this would be like, yeah, so like here, probably. Good, and then here, here. It should already be enough. Okay, and then we kelp it up again. Yeah, I mean, here we don't have one. We fix it like this. Okay, done. Done. Okay. This is a nice little mountain spring. I think size-wise, I mean, we could add a little like waterfall if we really so choose. That's the wrong pick technically, even though I have like a million. Well, not a million. I have a lot, though, of cobblestone. Not as much cobblestone, so we could add a bit of this action going. A little waterfall-ish looking thing. Like so. Nice. Just a little detail, and then we will add some, I think. We will definitely add a geyser here, because I think that can look very good. Okay. Now, next, I mean, it is already flowing down, which is good. But the question is, do you really want this to be flowing water? Flowing water's a little you know? In terms of spread, which, you know, you can already see. I think we'll just go down like so. I don't exactly know how high I want this to be yet. I want the water to be necessarily. We'll figure that one out soon enough, I will say. But yeah, so we'll just do this for now. Then we figure the rest out as we go, you know? Is this fine? It's fine, probably for here at least. Here we might want to add another layer of water. Does this look normal? Not really now, does it? This does not look normal. Does this look normal? It's Minecraft water, what do you expect? It's a bit more normal-ish. Probably want to block this off. Yeah, sure. Sure. I thought, you know, making the landscape look good is hard. Making this water look good is very hard. Okay, now this looks ugly. Okay. Still looks kinda ugly, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it, we'll go with it. Okay. Sure. This makes no sense, but sure. Is this a bit better? This is a bit better, I think. This I don't really like. Okay, I mean, we'll go with it for now. Yeah, sure, like that. Then here we go down a bit. Okay. This doesn't look too bad. But I add one here. Yeah, okay. We definitely want another one here. Probably one here. Without taking out the stone would have been nice. Okay. Then we go this way. Okay, now what does this look like from a, you know, more normal viewpoint? If we're up here, it doesn't look too bad, I don't think. It's a little ugly, obviously. I agree with you there. But it's a little ugly. And it should actually be up to the water level. Should be up to here. This is my other complex. So it means we just have to add a little bit of water here and here. Probably, there we go. Right. Yes. So we can take this out. There we go. Probably want another block here. Good. 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 And then we can almost already get started on the river. Which is nice. Which is good. So for the river we would basically just do something like this. You know? Then do something like this. Right. I'm a bit stupid. Forgive me. Something like this. And then we just place down kelp in here. Just to, you know, do what I have been doing. Just place kelp. Essentially. Yeah, I kind of like that. Good, so this is the start of the river done, covered in water. Now we just have to do all the rest. Now I know this water here looks a little sus, always, it's Minecraft water. But you know, you can't really keep it as clean as you want. Is the problem. As you can see. Because it'll just fill itself back in immediately. So we just have to go with something like this for here. And we can do this. Then it's a little more confined, if you will. We want it to be. But I'll think about it. Definitely. Yeah, maybe like this is good. And I mean, this thing down the mountain looks decent, I suppose. Yeah, then it will go into the river, which I will have to very carefully make. And, you know, make look good eventually. But for now, I will just fill out everything, the whole length of the river, with water. Is the plan, I think. And then we'll see what it looks like, yes? It's a good plan, I would say. So I'll see you once the river is wet and not dry anymore, even though where I currently live, the rivers are a bit more on the dry side right now. You know, for some reason. So, I'm back at the, I think you call this the mouth of the river, right? At the mouth of the river I made. I mean, well, we might make a bigger eventually. And as you can see, I've filled it out with water pretty nicely, I would say. Let's take a little swim here. It is mostly filled out, I would say. As we can see here, where where it goes down, I tried my best. Minecraft water sometimes does weird things like this here. We have a tiny waterfall, which looks nice, I think. This here looks all pretty decent, I would say. Everything here. So now, what I want to do is I want to change up the riverbed. Because as you can see, it looks a little not so good, I would say. The fact that this is all dirt, which is also have various blocks here in my inventory. So we, for example, have this here, this glass bottle with which you can quite easily turn this into dirt. Turn the dirt into mud, I mean, of course. So we might do that. Also, the original plan was, cover this here a bit, like so. So the river would be only this deep. But I kind of like the deep river. If I can be so honest. I do like the river to be deep here. So you might keep it this deep here, maybe make it a bit shallower here at the beginning stage. Probably. Might be the way to go. Yes, but first I think we start off with this little, whatever we want to call this, pond area. Where we start out. So here I think we just do some mud, like some such way. We'll mud it up a bit. We'll also put in some cobblestone, though I wanted some mossy cobblestone as well, didn't I? So we might have to go and get that as well. Some mossy cobblestone, maybe also some gravel around the edges, maybe. And here and so and everywhere. We'll gravel it up a bit. Like so, maybe, have some gravel. Don't know if I'll put sand here on the edge. Put some. You can't turn this into mud, but you can turn this. Not turn this into mud either. Yeah, it's good to know though. Bit annoying, I'll say. That we'll have to ungrass it first. Before we can have it become mud. But we'll put some mud around. We'll put some gravel around. I don't know if in this section sand makes sense yet. This is like a little pond, though it is the source of the river. So maybe makes sense that the river would, since the water moves a bit. Well, maybe we want sand here on the edge where it actually moves a bit through the water, So the water moves around this area mostly. That was way too much. My pickaxe might be a bit fast, I don't know. We might want some sand here, where it is flowing, the water. So something like this. Some sand. We'll see how we do this transition. So yeah, so basically something like this for this section, definitely. I'll work on it a bit more. Then for this section here, I will... So we have this already, which is good. So here I kind of want to try and add That's one too many. And add in one of these new things. These new geyser things. Just to, you know, see what it looks like. If we just add it in its original form, which would be this. So what does this look like? So it is bubbling. That's good. If I just add this, it doesn't bubble, right? Oh no, it does bubble a little bit. Okay, that's good. That's the wrong recipe. Where's my crafting table? There it is. Does bubble, that's nice. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of what I imagined. Okay, so we can put these. These bubble a little bit, and then in between these we can kind of regular sulfur, which will not bubble as far as I am aware of, right? Oh god, don't stand in that. That's very bad if you're a bit motion sick. Okay, so we definitely do this. We can have some gravel as well. Something like that. Just goes when it wants, right? Okay. So something like this, some gravel. We again maybe want some mossy cobblestone for that one. So yeah, but this will be more stony area. So we'll add a bit more gravel in some places. Like so. A bit more gravel. But yeah, this is already nice, I would say. So this will be a bit of a gravelly area. We can put some mud if we so choose. Make this a bit muddy. Get rid of this. Put on some regular dirt here. Just something like this. So it's a little more, you know. Yeah. Okay, I mean, that works. It's a little spring. Makes sense to me. Somehow, somewhat. Sand here? I don't know if sand makes sense here. It's very small. It could make sense. Maybe here again at the exit. Some sand. Maybe makes sense here. I think. Like so. It's very spherical though, isn't it? Not spherical, very arrow shaped. Anyway, some sand here maybe. That got stuck or whatever. Yeah, I mean, sure. You to a new and you to this. Okay. Maybe we get rid of these two. So, yeah, okay, I like it, I like it, I like it. Like I said, some mossy cobblestone maybe here. Okay. Would look good. Okay, so I will continue that as well. And then for the river bed, like I said, so this we probably kind of leave like it is mostly. So we bit of more sand here. Maybe some more gravel as well. So, just, you know, so it's not as monotonous is basically the main objective here. Make it not as monotonous for the river as well. We can have some stone, though I would like cobblestone rather than regular stone, because it looks a bit more, you know, like there's just big rocks. Some slightly larger rocks lying at the bottom of the river. You know? Let's look at it from outside. Yeah, I think this is already better than this. We look at this section here. There's some variety, and then the important part is that it will not just be this. It will be kinda also a bit of this. Maybe not as many. Something like this. It will be a bit like this. Then we might even add kelp here and there, you know? Of various heights. We'll need some shears for that then. To keep them at the correct height. Yeah, so that's kind of the plan. Maybe even a sea pickle here or there. Have a little bit of lighting at the bottom. You know? Like so. Maybe we'll have a sea pickle in certain spots. But I mean, this is already a vast improvement over this. So yeah, so I'll do this for all of the river. Okay, maybe we'll do that for until this section of the river. Then, you know, we also have to think about the edge of the river. So that will mostly, I think, be gravel. Gravel can keep some grass, I think, is fine as well. And some sand here and there. You know, some sand as well. Just something to... So we just have something. Like so. Some sand going in. Something like that. And I think also at certain points where it is quite wide, like here, for example, I also think having like a little boulder in the stream could look good. So just, you know, a little boulder poking out. Something like, you know, this is a very rough boulder at the moment. Some kind of boulder looking thing poking through could look good, I think. Something like that, or we move this boulder closer to the shore maybe. Something like that. Could also be good decoration for the river, but that's for later, I would say. First I'll focus... Maybe I'll first focus on the actual riverbed. First, you know, up to where I said I would go. Which is here, where it dips down. And then when I'm happy with it, I do the shoreline. You do call this the shore. Or a river as well, right? I think so, yes. Yes, and then we can focus on other bits and pieces like vegetation. You know, also some of these guys. Maybe let's not walk into the berry bush again. Like lily pad, you know. That's good. That's always good. I also have this guy. I'm not sure about this. Can you get more of this guy? I'm never sure. So this guy would have to go on here, for example. Like this. Do I get more? Damn it. I forgot you get the big one. Once you know, once you bone meal the small one, you have to gather the small ones by hand in a cave. I forgot about that. But this is a different kind of lily pad, if you will. You can also use that, like here. So you have this lily pad, this lily pad. It works kinda. We'll do stuff like this. Yes. Okay, remember to never use your bone meal on your small drip leaf ever again. God, I mean, I kinda knew it. Just was, maybe a bit too hopeful, I suppose. Okay, so now I just have to get some moss. Oh yeah, then it will also fit in a bit more with this little area. We have some more moss and mossy cobblestone over here. This pond, and then we can maybe even add a little boulder, whatever garden thing with that also has a lot of stuff like this. Oh yeah, if you don't know what this is, well, it's a door. It was not the on switch. It's a door. Ew, down to my happy ghast. What's the closing switch? There we go. And yeah, so kind of like this pond, which could use more mud maybe, now that I look at it. Oh yeah. That's already better maybe. I don't actually know if I like it more or not. Something like this. Do I like the mud more? Maybe. Maybe I would like some gravel here. But something like this pond here. We apparently forgot to cut the kelp. Yes. So we just have some nice stuff in the river. Is my mission right now. So I will be doing that until I am tired of it. And now I just need some moss, which I have in here. It's the wrong chest, which I have in here. Okay, we have a stack with one small drip. Well, oh yeah, we can put firefly bushes around the water. Bushes, like I said, seagrass, we can decorate. We might have to get more lily pads, and we might have to get more small drip leaves. These you can get however many you want, so that's not a concern. These two are not easily reproducible. Renewable. We can get seed pickle however many we want, which is why I have a coral block. But yeah, so maybe... So first, floor bed of the river with, these blocks. With mossy cobblestone as well. Gravel, sand, mud. And then we'll have to get some more watery vegetation to decorate the rest of the river. So let me just do the riverbed really quick. And that's the geyser. That's pretty nice. I like that. If it goes off every once in a while. That's pretty nice. Let's wait for it again. We'll see it. We're gonna see it. Gonna see it really soon. I hope. I actually don't know how often it goes off. But we'll see it soon. I hope. It'll go right now. Or maybe now. Or maybe now. There we go. That looks good. I like that. It's a good height as well, I think, from here. Okay. Riverbed, let's go. So, I'm back here at the spring, where my river starts, basically, and I have added a couple more pieces of sulfur, as you can see. Also some of these sulfur spikes, maybe they make sense. Like the water gets shot up and then kind of drips down here on the rocks. I don't know why this one maybe doesn't make sense. There's nothing above it, but whatever. And then we can just wait here a little bit. I also added some, as you can see, stuff around the edges here. I like doing that. We also have a fox in the water. I mean, that wasn't intentional. But yeah, so we added some moss, because, it's wet. Moss like fix it if it's wet. Some mud, some stone, because, you know, it's going down a mountain. And it makes sense to have some stones, I would think. Maybe it's too much here, I don't know yet. I mean, it looks okay. If we look at it from here, it looks pretty nice, I would say. I like it. Where did you come from? Why are you holding a lead? I think I know why. Yeah, there's the leather. There was a wandering trader here a little while ago. Okay, so he's dead, I guess. Good. Okay, and then for the floor, we also have mostly some mud, gravel, cobblestone, and so on. Very nice. I like it. Good enough for me. Then in here, in this little pond area, let's pick up the leather. Oh, there's the other lead. We also have moss. Oopsie. We have haste. Let's not punch the moss anymore. We have some little boulders. I tried my best. I mean, this one I think looks good. This one, maybe we extend a bit up to here, maybe? I don't know. Maybe that could look good. It actually goes up to here. Wasn't too sure before. Maybe if we move it up to here, that could look good. Just see I'm not using my shovel right now because the shovel's too quick. Shovel will just break everything. Is this better? Maybe. Maybe? I don't know. Do I like this more? Yeah. Maybe. So yeah, so I think this looks better already at the floor as well. But like I said, we're gonna do this eventually. You know, and add a little greenery in here. So that will also help blend the edges together a little bit. And then I also started out here in the river, doing the riverbed a little bit. I think it already looks a lot more natural. We have a little bit sticking out here. Yeah, I think this is kind of what I'm going for the rest of the river. Like if we look at what the raw version of the river looks like this. It's pretty bad. In comparison, this looks a lot better already. Then obviously I also did a bit on the shore, though I'm not too sure about that just yet. We might need something here. I feel like, because we have stone underneath, then the stone just kind of stops, so we probably want something like this. Some stone here, you know. Something like this, maybe. It is still in the mountain, so something. So it's not as monotonous. I mean, we will add some vegetation. I don't have good vegetation here right now. We'll add like some sugarcane maybe. That's good always. Some more ferns maybe. They like it wet as well. Some... What else can we add? Add a tree here or there. On the pond, like back there. Could have a tree. That tree would fit up quite nicely. Yeah, something like that. I think is very good. So I will continue this. Something along these lines here. For this, everything here. And then we'll see what it looks like. So I am back at the mouth of the river again, as we were before. This time things look a bit different. We already have some mud here and some sand. Maybe put one sand here still. I also used some clay I decided to use it. And I mean, we already can see, if you still remember what it looked like, is that it looks a little less regular. You know, more natural, I would say. I did also do a little bit on the shoreline. So we'll think about that a little more. You know, I don't think I'll finish the shoreline today, because I don't know what I'll put next to the river everywhere yet, so I'll probably leave most of the shoreline open, but the bed of the river looks decent, I would say. Maybe here we could use one more cobblestone. Would be nice, okay. But it looks a lot more natural. Okay, I mean, here maybe it's a little flat. There we go. A little less flat. Good. And yeah, I think this looks a lot more natural, not so uniform. Here we have the little cave entrance where I built a bit of a boulder on top of it. I decided to use some andesite up top, and where it is closer to the water we have some stone and some cobblestone. So the stone will be the part that is smoothed out by the water flow. The cobblestone is like little bits that fell off, I think. It's also why we have this in the water. Yes, and then we have this entrance, which we kind of have to hide a little bit. And I think we also want this a little more watery. Probably. I would guess that would be nice if we had a little more water in here. So let's quickly do that, and with quickly I mean very slowly. But I mean, this is a decent way to do it. Now with water on this side. So now we probably only need water like in 2 more places or so. Yeah, we should have flowing water in a lot of spaces already here. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, okay, okay. Yes. And here. Okay. And here. And here, actually. And this one, and this one. Okay. A bit more filled out, this underwater cave. I mean, we still have technically this section to fill out. Technically speaking. Still have a couple sections to fill out, okay. Like so. Good. Good. Now, the next part. This isn't waterlogged. Jesus Christ. The next part would be... Oh yeah, I should go up to here, since I also did this part of the river. I mean, this part I quite like. I mean, this is also a bit wider, so it's a bit easier. Here we have another boulder, where we have cobblestone this time. Might change this out for andesite, as well as we have here. I do like this boulder as well. Maybe we'll keep it. It's a bit of a more rugged boulder with some cracks then, which, you know, makes sense, I suppose. We have different types of boulders. And here we have a little thing poking out. Did I already show that? Probably. And in this section, it did already show. Good. So now we have to add... Oh yeah, I have some moss here on the shoreline. Like I said, shoreline is not finished yet. Now all I need to do is get my bone meal, get my kelp. Well, we might have to get a couple more sea pickles. And we also have to... What if rockets in here? Also have to get out my shears. Because now we will put down some vegetation like I've already started to in here. And we need the shears for the kelp. Because the kelp needs to be sheared every once in a while. Otherwise it's going to grow forever. Yeah, so that's what we'll do now. Which is some vegetation. Which means also some seagrass, like so. But then we have to, you know, kinda... what's the best word? Thin it out a little bit. Because we don't want seagrass on every block. Yeah, kind of something like this. Okay, that's a lot of zombies. And I'm breaking my seagrass. Okay, I'll take a nap. I will place down a lot of kelp and shear it. And I'll do this. And then I just have to get a couple more sequels and run away from the zombies really quick. Okay, let me get done with that. Let me do that. Where do I get the sea pickles? I mean, we can set up a basic farm, I think, and then it should be pretty easy. So, till then. So this time I'm up here at the spring, at the beginning of the river, and as you can see, we have a lot of vegetation going on here. That is true for most of the river. Let's not get the nausea effect too hard. We have a lot of that stuff here, which is very nice. I used up a lot of bone meal, but I also farmed up a lot of sea pickles, as you saw in the clip, I hope, that I included. Other than that, I mean, it worked out pretty well, I would say. It looks pretty good. I mean, we'll take a look at it in a couple seconds. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. So, as I said, we will do a bit more on the surface here, like maybe more than just one lily pad. A bit more work will have to be done on the edges on the shoreline as well, I think. But for the under the water section, the riverbed, I think it looks pretty good right now. Up here to the mountain stream. Oh yeah, and when I placed down some of that sea grass and such, this changed water flow here. And I think actually this looks a lot better. Like this one. Going down, going down, going down, going down. Looks pretty nice. The only thing I don't like as much is this. We might just get rid of this block here. Do I have some flowing water? Not flowing water, I mean. Some solid water somewhere. If we do this, maybe. That could work. I mean, that's fine. We can even take out this one. Now this looks pretty nice, actually. Okay, good. Pond we already looked at, and I mean, for the rest of the river, we did the same. Mostly seagrass, a little bit of kelp, some sea pickles every once in a while for light. Lighting. I mean, how does it look from outside the water? It also looks good. Looks like a river. Can't really complain about it. If we go a bit further away, it just kind of looks like a river, I think. Yeah, which is what we want it to look like. We want it to look like a river. Okay, maybe here we have to widen it a little bit. Still, I mean, it looks good. It looks okay, I think. Good enough for me, for my taste, for right now. Also here in the secret entrance thing, we hit it mostly with some vegetation, and we can maybe hit it with some blocks as well still. So, is this better? Maybe. You can kind of tell that you have to go in here. Then in here, I haven't really done much. Guess there's some kelp. I added these for some light down here. But yes, down here, the light doesn't really matter. Neither in here, nor in there, nor anywhere here, because as you can see, this is a taiga biome in the top left. And in the water, in a taiga biome, you don't really get anything hostile that would spawn. So the only place where there could be drowns spawning would be here. Out here, where I also added a couple sea pickles to not make, you know, the contrast too harsh. So I extended sea pickles out here into this real river as well. Because as you can see, this actually should be a river biome. There we go. This is a river biome. But there could drowns could spawn in there, which we don't necessarily want. We don't really want them to spawn in here and then walk up my river. Anyway, I think then that is it for today. I mean, I still don't really like this 90-degree turn here. It's a bit too sharp. Still, if you look at it from above, it's very sharp. We are missing a block here. Yeah, I mean, if you look at it from above, it is a very sharp turn. Which I maybe could have thought about a bit more. You know? But... who cares? I mean, I do. Yeah, it's very sharp, isn't it? Whatever, we have the river. I mean, if I add a bit more here, maybe. We could have it go a bit further this way, still the river. But I don't feel like doing that at the moment. I think this is a decent shape right now. We can maybe smooth out this edge a little bit here. You know? Maybe that will do some heavy lifting for us. If we smooth this out just a little bit. Maybe that'll help out. I don't know. We have some stones still, I do not. Whatever, something like that could help us. I think, I wager I did not use my set touch. Well, whatever. That's fine. Yeah, something like that. We'll go with something like that for now. Just use my set touch shovel. So it's not as harsh, maybe? I don't know. Just slightly better. Yeah, slightly better, was it? But yeah, I like it generally speaking. I mean, I tried to add a reason why it changes this way, so maybe I have to make this boulder a bit bigger. Justify it. That the river changes direction very sharply. Maybe we add another boulder here. Just make this a big boulder. Up to here, maybe. That could be good. Then this would make more sense, maybe. But other than that, I like it. I like the river, like I said, shoreline. We'll do once we have figured out what we want to do for the rest of this area. Yes, yes. Which, you know, is still going to be a little while. It's still going to take us a little while to figure this all out, which I will do next episode, though, I think. Next episode, we'll kind of do some planning. So what we will put here, if we will put a building here, we will definitely put a mining entrance there. What we put up there, what we put up this hill. You know, that's probably going to be the next episode then. Planning everything out, where we build around the bamboo farm, because the bamboo farm's kind of ugly. I mean, the bamboo farm will stay though in this way, I would suppose, but we'll put like a building there, a couple houses here, some house there, here, some paths going between the houses, some little bridges going over the river. I mean, I think once we have like a bridge like there, for example, a little bridge here, like then this sharp turn will not be as obvious, I hope. Yes, that's the plan for the next episode. And for today, I'm done. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, I would appreciate, it if you give the video a like, or leave a comment, or did anything really with the video. Also just watching it, which you already did if you're here. It's good. Yes, so I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.